in. Unconfirmed reports of an accident at Southland Park.
I can't find my boy!
Hundreds of family members gathered outside the deserted park today to commemorate the second anniversary of the Southland Park tragedy.
Pending a full investigation of the park's safety
Authorities report at least 30 deaths and close to 100
5
injuries.
years since the tragedy closed the gates of Southland Park, but new evidence
He's
in the
claiming
form-
malicious prosecution and believes he'll be vindicated
every
at last.
penny of his
The
fortune
so-called
defending
Legal
himself
Eagles
from these
dream
lawsuits.
team defending Southland Park owner Joseph.
There were people flying everywhere. Body parts.
And the victims'
blood.
families
Oh my
have
God.
vowed to appeal the decision.
Not guilty.
Cleared of all charges.
Come, a cup of tea, hon? Sitting in the dark won't bring him back, sweetheart.
I would like to place an order.
And on that note, welcome to Hitman Blood Money. My personal favourite of the series by quite a healthy stretch. I love Hitman Blood Money. It's such a fun, creative game with what you can do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show much of that creativity in this first part because the entirety of this first mission, Death of a Showman, is a glorified tutorial. Everything that happens in this mission the game is telling you what to do with, and it doesn't even rate you for your efforts afterwards effectively. The game will give you a rating, but there's no score bonus, there's no money bonus, there's no nothing. It's just there for show, to give you an idea of what you're getting in for. So I could have really stretched this video out to about half an hour and fight to get that Silent Assassin rating by doing everything pixel perfect, but I eventually decided, you know what, it's not worth it. Let's have a bit more fun with this and just kind of fire our way through it and be a bit of a bastard really as we go through, and then start our Silent Assassin run predominantly as in the next part. But because this is a tutorial mission and there's no real way of properly screwing this up, I'll take the opportunity to explain what's going to go on with the rest of the series. I will be playing on the hardest difficulty in first mode, which is professional, which means the AI is painfully smart and there are 0 checkpoints. Additionally, starting with expert and going up to professional as well, both of which require that if you want to get the highest rating, you need to leave with everything you started with. And what that means is that your suit and your guns have to leave the level with you, so you have to finish every level in your suit. You can't leave it behind, otherwise you are compromising your Silent Assassin rating. Additionally, there can be no witnesses, no covers blown, no casualties outside of our targets unless they are accidents, and we are not allowed to be caught on camera. Which might all sound a bit strict and be like, oh god, how are we going to do it? But hopefully this walkthrough should show you, because this is going to be more of a walkthrough than a let's play than anything else, exactly how effective you can be and how cheeky you can get away with some of the things you're going to do. Because some of the strategies I'm going to throw at you, you're going to sit there and go, well, hang on a minute, how is that silent? But no one will find the body, so it's fine. And covers blown is also an interesting one that you can mess around with. You can only blow a cover if you've got a cover. And if you're sitting there going, yeah, no shit. But what I mean is, if you're just in your suit and tie and someone spots you in a trespassing area and even opens fire on you, you haven't compromised it because your cover hasn't been blown. You're just trespassing. So you can get shot at, nearly die, but if you escape the level, it will still say Silent Assassin because the cover wasn't blown. If you do something in the trespassing and you're seen doing it, then you have a witness and then that's against Silent Assassin. So you're going to see that on one particular level later on, where literally everyone is going to see me in a trespassing area, and I'm still going to leave with the Silent Assassin because I'm only in a suit. It's not a cover that can be blown. Additionally, that man that you saw there that we just saved, despite the fact we saved him, he will work against your rating in this as well, because he's a witness. Despite the fact he's covered, he will count up as a witness So that's one of the many reasons why I just decided against trying to silent assassin the tutorial. Additionally, every main run that I've got on these missions isn't the perfect run that I've spent loads of time trying to get perfect. No, it's the first successful run I get. So that being said, all of them should be silent assassin, but if I get one where the routine that I use that gets me silent assassin for some reason doesn't, I'll probably just carry on. I don't know yet. I haven't recorded Death of the Mississippi, and Death of the Mississippi always screws me over, so we'll see how that goes. But there are a lot of missions in this game, but this is the only part where I'll only be covering one mission because the tutorial is as long as it is. Every part going on forward, I will cover exactly 2 missions each time. Yeah, the length will vary between them because of it, but I decided to do it this way because if it's only one mission, some of the parts would only be about 4 or 5 minutes long. And I'm not kidding, some of these missions you can get done insanely quick if you know where you're going and what you're doing. Some of the later ones take a while, don't get me wrong, some of the, like House of Cards, takes 7 or 8 minutes, and that's at the shortest, that's at best if you know what you're doing. Dance of the Devil is going to be another one that's going to take a long while. Amendment 25 will probably take a little while, but we'll see. But either way, at this point it wants us to place our gun. But if you notice when we was outside throwing the coin around, there was a secret gun that you can find on the floor over there that has 666 bullets that you can pick up. I prefer to take that instead because I just think it's more fun to have than the pistol. And the tutorial mission doesn't allow you to keep any gun you pick up in it anyway, so you might as well have a bit of fun with it. That's worth mentioning. If you are trying to platinum this game, or if you're on Xbox getting all the achievements, one of the achievements / trophies is have every single gun in the game in your warehouse. Any gun you pick up in the tutorial will not count towards it, which is annoying because there's a sniper rifle in this mission that only appears in one other mission, and that's like right near the other end of the game, and that being the Dragonov. So even if you keep the Dragonov here, it won't show up in your hideout. I meant to say your warehouse. No, in your hideout. Anyway, this is our target, Mr. Swing King Joseph Clarence. He's wanted. Well, he got a hit on him due to an accident that happened a while ago, where his circus, essentially the Ferris wheel broke apart and ended up killing dozens of people, and he managed to swindle his way off the hook. And I guess it was only a matter of time before someone really wanted him dead for getting so many people killed and then getting away with it, accident or not. But there's only one real way of dealing with him when you get to him, so don't worry about it too much. If you want silent assassin, when you're getting to that lift bit, you want to wait for the dude to lift up his right arm, because then you can just barely drop behind him and sneak around him. Otherwise, no matter what, he'll drop. Additionally, those 2 idiots that you just saw clash heads, they knocked themselves out, and so will count as a body found when the light goes back on. So as soon as they clash heads, you need to run over there and drag their bodies out of the way. Additionally, with this, you need to find a way of knocking out each person, which involves a lot of coin throwing and bringing people around, and then catching them with this. So, and you can start to see the picture why I didn't bother doing silent assassin, because fuck that, as we end that poor bastard's life. And if you climb up the ladder, it's going to ask you to take this sniper out of the box, which is the Dragonov, and take out people watching. Worth mentioning, if you just leave without shooting them and make a beeline for the door, you will get away with it every single time. If you want the silent assassin, well, you should be keeping your suit anyway, so you need to actually go back for your suit, and so you'll just be caught trespassing, not cover blown. And so it won't affect your silent assassin. Also, this is the only mission in the game where you get all these little cutscenes of your target. Like, they try and give you more of an idea of who they are. It's the only time they do this. And it's kind of funny that a lot of people, myself included, aren't particularly big fans of this mission. And then the next Hitman game dedicated itself to having missions all like this, where they were more linear with just the odd person here and there that you had to deal with, instead of having the sandboxes that the series was infamous and known for. But either way, if you go pick up the rifle suitcase, once you pick it up, you then need to hold square, or X if you're on Xbox, to go for your inventory and hover over it. At any point, you might see me start throwing things around in the game, like earlier you saw me throw a coin. The game's a bit annoying about specifying that to you. You need to hold down the left stick and then it will come up. If you're on PC, you can hotkey it to a separate button, and so this isn't a problem at all. And in fact, I would actually recommend it. I'm not a PC player, but if you want to get into Hitman and you're good with a keyboard and mouse, absolutely play it with a keyboard and mouse, because you can hotkey everything to everything instead of doing what I do, where you have to hold down buttons or work against it. Like, you can have a dedicated run button, for goodness sake. Whilst in this you can't. If you want to walk, you have to just hold the stick forward slightly. Also, so if you don't want to snipe the 3 dudes and you're trying to go for Silent Assassin, just run off the edge of that platform and just keep on running under the platform here straight to the door. You won't get shot. When you get over here, that you'll introduce you to syringes. In the main adventure, you'll have 2 syringes on you at all times. One that's for knocking people out and one that's for killing. Both of which are going to get great uses as we go through the adventure. But let's wait here for this dude to try his hardest and pretty much have the easiest flirting session of his life, because she buys into literally every whisper he says. Which is a shame, because we're just about to end his life. There's a lovely window not too far from here.
That's Uncle Joe. Better get back to your post.
A lovely window, just minding his own, that he's casually chilling by. Hope nothing bad. Oh. Now here's where the game gets a bit brutal. It wants you to poison this poor girl's drink. Like, I'm gonna, because it's just a tutorial and it's getting done with it. If you want to Silent Assassin this, you've got to play the waiting game. You need to wait for her to come back in, drink the drink, sit down, and then knock her out by holding her by gunpoint and then taking her.
Are you alright?
Additionally, because the Swing King Joseph Clarence himself is in the next room, it may be wise to just shoot him through the door instead of going in and talking to him like the game wants you to. I don't know if that... Actually, I can't see why that would compromise Silent Assassin, because he's a target and you're killing him, so it doesn't matter if he sees you doing anything bad, because, you know, you're killing him. You're writing him off the record. And as I kind of alluded to earlier, any death of someone who isn't a target that's an accident will not count against you. And I will be abusing that as we go forward. There will be a lot of people who will die because of accidents that aren't a target, but I will still get Silent Assassin because, hey, it was an accident. But anyway, we've got to our target, and the client's special request was to show him the photograph of one of the people he ended up accidentally killing because of his tragedy that he got off left scot-free for. And now it's just a matter of killing him. See, we've got this amazing fibre wire to strangle him with, but that's not particularly fun. We have this devil gun with 666 bullets that we could shoot him with. But, I mean, we still have a spare poison as well, but there's a hammer over here. And so whilst the Swing King himself whimpers on about his misdeeds, we could just, I don't know, bludgeon him to death. And there you go. That killed him in one go. If you hit him from behind, there's a good chance his body will fly around the place, but it's not always worth it. And now it's just a matter of getting out of here. And what better way to get out of it than blowing everything to shit, which is why there's a mine and detonator sitting around here. No, I'm kidding. If you want to get Silent Assassin, this is probably the most frustrating part of it. If you're in your suit, you're only trespassing, so if you're prepared to tank the damage, there's nothing stopping you from just sprinting in like a madman and running straight to the exit. However, if you can get everyone to see you and stand where you want them to, all their deaths can be an accident by blowing this up. You're going to see me not be able to catch everyone, unfortunately, because I don't go down the stairs. If you go down the stairs until they just see you and then pull it, as they all start running, then it will catch everyone. But you're going to see this catch literally everyone but Snoop Dogg himself over there, or whoever that guy's supposed to be. So we're just going to... There we go. Alright, and now we're a mass murderer, because most of those deaths were not innocent. We might as well just up our kill count and leave. Oh, she didn't even die. I guess that's a plus, I suppose. Killer slays 14. Ooh. But starting next part, we'll be able to getting started with the Hitman Blood Money adventure properly, because we're out of the tutorial and into the sandboxes. So next time we'll be covering a vintage year and curtains down. But until then, you guys take care now.